Sunday ramblings tale. Oh, bloody hell, I can't remember. Right, where are we? Good. Hello, whatever. What's been going on in Gaza? Well, the Hamas/Palestinian side, or I don't know who the bloody hell they support, if anybody, or anti-Semitic loons, people just, I don't know. They are saying that the baby beheadings didn't take place. But the thing is, we actually know that the Palestinian stroke Hamas side, or whoever the bloody hell they're calling them, who knows, have actually lied. It went all over Twitter, all over Facebook, that St. Paul Phaedrus Orthodox Church, the largest Orthodox church and oldest Orthodox church in Gaza, had been bombed by Israel. They even had a video with claiming that it was the Israeli bomb or rocket or whatever hitting the church. It was a built-up area. Could have been anywhere. Could have been Damascus about 4 years ago or something. I mean, they do that, you know, use footage from another war to claim it's happening in the present one. But they were saying it had been bombed. But the church itself actually has a Twitter account, and the electric hadn't gone out quite yet, etc. So the church was able to tweet on Twitter explaining that the story going around that it had been bombed was in fact fake news. So anyway, that's that. So basically, yes, the Palestinian side lies. What we all know, Hasbara, Hebrew word, propaganda. I mean, I'm sure both sides actually engage in Hasbara. So let's be now, basically, concerning the Gaza Strip, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but the the Gaza Strip is 140 square miles. You got that? That's how big it is. It's not very large. Anyway, it has 2 million people living there. So we got a population density of roughly about 14,000 a square mile. So I mean, how do you avoid civilian casualties while there? Well, with Hamas also using residential areas to have their bases, that makes civilian casualties, well, really isn't worth thinking of, is not really the result. But I found something actually that I will share. It's on Twitter.
Resources, uproot trees, steal money.
This regime.
Apartheid.
As a member of Hamas, the UN Watch.
Right, here we go.
Shukran Sayyid Rais. I take the floor on behalf of the UN Watch. My name is Mus'ab Hassan Youssef. I grew up in Ramallah as a member of Hamas. I address the words to the Palestinian Authority, which claims to be the sole legitimate representative of the Palestinian people. I ask, where does your legitimacy come from? The Palestinian people did not elect you, and they did not appoint you to represent them. You are self-appointed. Your accountability is not to your own people. This is evidenced by your own total violation for their human rights. In fact, the Palestinian individual and their human development is the least of your concerns. You kidnap Palestinian students from campus and torture them in your jails. You torture your political rivals. The suffering of the Palestinian people is the outcome of your selfish political interest. You are the greatest enemy of the Palestinian people. If Israel did not exist, you would have no one to blame. Take responsibility for the outcome of your own actions. You fan the flames of conflict to maintain your abusive power. Finally, you use this platform to mislead the international community, to mislead the Palestinian society, to believe that Israel is responsible for the problems.
Policy and its daily violations that continue.
There you have it. Well, somebody who brought up by one of the founders of Hamas actually says what Hamas are like. I mean, but they are. Also, concerning the situation over in the Holy Land, yes, the new Holy Roman Empire has tripled its aid to Gaza. It sounds nice, but now Israel is cutting off its water and electricity, right? But why hasn't Gaza got its own water supply and electricity supply? Here is the story. The new Holy Roman Empire spent 2 million quid of European taxpayers' money developing a water system and electricity network for Gaza. Hamas at the time actually boasted that they could use the pipes to make rockets out of. So basically, the new Holy Roman Empire had a load of pipes put in Gaza. The Hamas then dug them up and made rockets out of them. So basically, the European taxpayer, through the absolute rotten, corrupt EU, has ended up funding terrorism. So I just thought I'd mention that. There's a lot of war going on, isn't there? Ukraine, right? The Donbass region is still fighting. Ukraine is said to have taken out like 300 Russian tanks, while Russia has taken out a couple of Ukrainian drones over the Black Sea. It's ongoing. Obviously, it's still going on, but it's not the flavour of the month now, like Gaza and Israel is. There is another war that hasn't been flavour of the month at all, where 5,000 African tribesmen have ended up being killed by Arab militias. This is, of course, in Sudan, Darfur. The atrocities that are being committed are absolutely horrendous. I guess as Sudan hasn't really got any oil, nobody's that interested. It's got no natural resources. So basically, African tribes are being forced off their land. They're being tortured. Women are being raped. It's and basically, when these militias go in, this land now belongs to the Arabs. Go away. Absolute disgraceful level of racism against the African tribes who are living in the south of Darfur, etc. This hasn't actually been reaching the news, has it? So I think it's better for people to be informed, which is why I've just mentioned it. Also, there's another story. How are we doing? I'm not bad at all. There's another story about Unite the Union. Now, Unite the Union sides with employers against employees. Employees pay their subs to Unite, and then Unite side with the employers. What do you mean this can't be the case? Surely they're help the workers. Basically, the faith workers branch of Unite are siding with the rotten, evil CofE against clergy who are leaving the burning building. Now, when the CofE brought in the heresy of women priests, those clergy who could not stay because of the ordination of women were paid compensation by the CofE. Therefore, a precedent has been set. Right, now the faith workers branch are having a meeting, the faith workers branch of Unite are having a meeting shortly. We shall be reporting further on these developments actually. Basically it wants to bring up that those who are leaving the sunken ship now over same-sex blessings, etc. There's a lot more than that why people are leaving, but the president has been set for them to be compensated, and so they have asked this to be brought up at the meeting. The response from the union to the paid up members was basically that they can't because it would be against their LGBTQ plus policies. That's the Reverend Canon James. So basically, for pure ideological grounds, they are siding with a corrupt employer against employees. The CofE, I have heard so many stories, it is probably the worst place to work in this country at present. But they are siding with the CofE against those who are being forced out. And I don't mean just because of theological grounds. I mean they are cases of constructive dismissal up and down this country by the bastards who at the top, who are it's absolutely appalling, and Unite are siding with the basically these people who are acting like Victorian millers. That's what's going on. Right, so they are utterly useless. So basically they're looking at Christian Concern to try, because that's the way the CofE treats its clergy. I mean, it's just horrendous. But Unite members are just take the subs and do nothing. Unite is taking the side of a rather nasty employer against the workers. I'm going to talk more about this probably in written blog form rather than video blog form. This is an ongoing story about clergy within the CofE, how they're being treated, and etc. It is an absolute scandal that needs to be exposed, and so I intend to do it. But I've gone all over the place looking for a funny story to end it with. But I can't. There's got to be one somewhere. Oh. No, I can't find one. Okay.